Sometimes it's not easy sitting in front of the camera and talking to people. It takes a lot of hard work psychologically, emotionally. Always you have to be ready, right?
Yes.
How long did you prepare to plan to be here now?
Like a week?
Like a week to
Yeah.
sit here to
Because I
talk.
know I'm going to sit in front of the camera and talk, and so many people are going to watch me. So I took like a week to prepare myself.
All right. Hello, viewers. You're once more welcome to your favorite show, Shantia's Haven. On Shantia's Haven, we talk about the family, everything that has to do with the family. Today, we have a wonderful guest.
Oh.
We have Melvis with us, and I'm happy she said she took like a week to prepare to be here to talk for 5 minutes or so. Hello, Melvis.
Hello, ma'am.
Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We know you have a tight schedule, but for you to have taken off time to be here, we don't downplay it. We are very grateful. We feel privileged to have you here with us.
I'm honored.
Okay. Melvis is a teacher. I would like to find out this teaching thing. Were you forced into teaching or you love teaching?
While growing up, I never really thought I was going to be a teacher.
Okay.
But when I was in Form 5,
Okay.
I had a biology teacher, a lady. I can still remember her name very well, Madame Lorenza, Apompo Lorenza. Every time she carries on the lesson, I admired her so much. And I finally realized that I was gradually seeing myself being a teacher. And that is how I got into the teaching field.
Wow.
I drew my inspiration from her.
Thank you, Madam Laurencia, wherever you are. And thank you to all the teachers who inspire people to want to be teachers tomorrow. Why are we talking about teachers? It's because we are around the Teachers Week. We just finished. Cameroon just celebrated Teachers Day. And we thought it wise on Chances even to talk about this teaching profession and parenting as well. They go vis-a-vis, they go together. So Melvis, from the look of things, you love teaching and you have this passion for teaching. And I'm privileged to have watched you go through teaching. And I see how much you put in time and everything into it. That's why I feel you're fit for this particular day, this interview.
Okay.
There is this saying that goes that proper preparation prevents poor performance. How do you prepare your lesson notes or your lesson plan before you go sit in class? Or do you just get up, take your books, and come because you love teaching and you start talking to these children?
We have this common saying that failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Okay.
That's what we tell our kids every day. It's the same thing. It goes down with the teacher.
Okay.
If you don't prepare, it's obvious that your lesson will fail.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of things that you have to take into consideration when you're carrying on a lesson. You don't just get up and pick your book and go to class.
Okay.
First of all, you need to gather the material. You need to do research on whatsoever that you're going to teach. Our world today, the way our kids are, they know a lot of things.
Okay.
If you don't prepare yourself as a teacher, you even be embarrassed in class by a kid. So you need to prepare your lesson to pick out the methodologies.
Okay.
Because there are different methods that we use in teaching different lessons.
Okay.
You pick out your didactic materials, the materials that you're going to need to teach the lesson. You look at your learners, their levels, their ages, because you won't take something that maybe you're going to teach a nursery school kid and you're bringing a lesson that fits a class 6 kid.
Okay. So
Normally,
age appropriate.
yes, yes,
Okay.
because if you look at our curriculum, you will see that it's the same thing that cuts across from the nursery right up to the maybe primary 6.
Okay.
Now the difference is they vary the lessons to suit the ages of the kids. So as a teacher, you need to prepare. Carry out research on whatsoever you're going to teach. Every day things are changing. You might still have the old knowledge of last year,
Mm-hmm.
and whereas something has changed.
Okay.
I remember I got embarrassed one time in class.
All right.
I taught a lesson in class. Really, I didn't prepare for that lesson.
Mm-hmm.
A child went home and came back. I taught a lesson on planets. And I was still talking of 9 planets when there are 8 planets. The child went home, came back, and told me, my sister in Form 3 said there are 8 planets. So you see that when you take your time to do background research and prepare your lesson, you save yourself the embarrassment. You're able to manage the class
Okay.
because the method that you choose determines the level at which your kids will follow you up.
Mm.
And there are different methods.
Mm.
So you prepare the lesson to pick the best method that will go for your class because you already know your children very well. And another thing, when you prepare this lesson,
Yes.
it helps you to manage your time very well.
Okay.
You don't fumble in class. You don't go left and right.
Mm-hmm.
After preparing your lesson, you just know that when I enter in class, this is what I'm doing. After this stage, I'm going to this one. After this one, I'm going to this one.
Okay.
Yes, so those are some of the things that help a teacher to carry on a lesson well.
Wow. Thank you so much, Melvis. You know, when you're talking on Shantia's Haven, I see through the eyes of the parents. When you say prepare your lesson, you know your children, you want to prepare so that you avoid embarrassment. You want to prepare so that you know your material. You have to find the right didactic material to use. You have to know the levels of your children. It takes me back to parenting. Dear parents, these our teachers are doing a lot for our children. See how much they prepare. Yes, some parents will say, oh, but they are paid for that. Oh, that's their job. Some of them take it beyond just a job. Some of them it's a passion. So they go beyond that and do that preparation. But the question I would like to ask you, parents, before you had that child, before you gave birth to those number of children, were you ready to do that? Even if you were not ready, now that you have these children and you send them to school and they are growing up, how much preparation do you know or do you do for any lesson that you want to teach them? The lesson must not be verbal, even your character, even the way you do things around the house. How much do you prepare to pass on an information to your children because you are the first teacher of your child, remember? How much do we prepare to pass on this message to our children? Do we read books on parenting? If you don't, please, I encourage you to get some books. There are many books out there that help us with parenting. Do you listen to Shansia's Haven? Do you watch us on Shansia's Haven and go back to what you have watched and watch again so that you master what you get and be able to pass it on to your children the right way? Do you go do research even online to find out challenges of other parents and how to overcome them, especially with what you're going through? Because there is really nothing new under the sun. What you think you're going through with your child, some other parent has gone through that. So I encourage you, I implore you, parents, let us do this research that we have heard this teacher say she does before she comes to class for any lesson so that we are not embarrassed by our own children with what they would tell us. Because nowadays, I believe that some parents, you sit in the house and you hear what your child says and you are shocked like, when did this child hear this kind of thing? How did this child know this? How do I even bring the lesson now to this child who already knows so much? We need to read. Parents study, parents read. Parents go do research about raising your children. Parents go on your knees and ask God to help you, to give you ideas on even how to raise these children. There are sometimes you'll be faced with difficult situations, but when you ask the Holy Spirit, He will grant you wisdom. Because they say the Bible tells us that He is there to lead us into all truth. If you don't employ Him, if you don't bring Him in, you'll be led into lies. So you need Him to help you lead you into all truth. Thank you so much, Melvis. I am learning a lot. And yes, it's true, I have been studying, I've been reading, but I need to put in more effort.
Yes.
Even go online and take free lessons that they offer for parenting. You may never know what you will learn from there because no knowledge is wasted. When you pick it, it will help you to raise either your child or your grandchild or someone who has come to stay with you as a child. So I think it's very necessary for parents, right?
It is very necessary
I
for
wish to
parents.
find out how you feel or what you would tell parents, especially looking at teachers, how they should treat teachers.
Well, in a society, sometimes when you see the way parents look at teachers, you think that they're the last people.
Unfortunately.
Some parents, they just look at the teacher to just be just the teacher of my child.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think that without teachers, the society is nothing.
Okay.
You hear different songs that people sing. The doctors are made by the teachers,
Mm-hmm.
everybody. So I really think that parents should value the teachers of their children.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that these children spend most of their time with the teachers.
Okay.
They have little time with you.
Mm.
And what the teacher says is what they keep in their head. My teacher said this, my teacher said that. And there is nothing you can do to remove that from the child's head.
Mm.
So I just think that parents should value their kids' teachers, have a good relationship with them,
Okay.
have a cordial relationship with them. If they have a worry, meet the teacher, discuss with the teacher, dialogue with the teacher, find out why this happened and why this happened this way. Not, there are some parents who really intimidate teachers.
Oh, how do
Yeah.
you mean? Let's learn.
There are some parents who intimidate teachers in the sense that, okay, we know that corporal punishment is banned in our schools.
Mm-hmm.
There are some parents that even if you scold the child in class, the child takes it home. The parents come to school to tell you not to talk to the child. We have manual activities in class.
Mm-hmm.
A child sweeps the class, goes home, the parent asks, probably maybe in the course of sweeping, the uniform got dirty. Why is your uniform like this? The parent comes to school, my child should not work in school. Actually, schools, they employ workers for that. But we as teachers, we think that the children should do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's training.
Mm-hmm.
Education these days, if we look at the new curriculum of Cameroon, they're talking about skills and knowledge and attitude. The children don't just learn the things and write exam.
Mm-hmm.
They learn and apply it to their daily lives to solve their daily problems. So we do those things in writing, in practical. So I just want to plead with parents to support the teachers as they work with the kids. If they have a problem, meet your child's teacher. That's the little
Dear
I have to say.
parents, let's cooperate with the teachers so that we're going to help our children learn in a more comfortable and convenient situation and environment. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to try our best as parents to make sure that we maintain a cordial relationship with the teachers. In some situations where the teachers are kind of difficult too, you'll find a parent who is trying to be nice, but the teacher too is difficult. How do you advise a parent to handle that kind of situation?
Well, really, there are those kind of teachers. When there is good, there is bad, obviously. So, what I want to advise parents is do your best not to pick a fight or a quarrel with your child's teacher. Because that child is in that class. You can look for other means of managing the situation. You can pass through the office. The office will obviously know how to handle the teacher. The office might not even know that you came there. You don't even need to make the child to know that you're going to school because the madam
the teacher must not know you came there.
The teacher must not know. Sometimes even when our kids come home with reports, we don't have to tell them the action that we'll take. Okay, baby, I got you, I've hurt you. Then you now take an action, even without the child's knowledge. Then maybe later on you can tell the child, your problem is solved. I was in school today and the problem is solved.
Wow. Wow. That's a wise approach. I pray God helps parents because there are some hot-headed parents when it happens. They march to the school and the school has to come down for them to know they love their children so much. Dear parents, it was Teachers' Day in Cameroon. and we thought it wise on Shantia's Haven to talk about the parent-teacher relationship, and also to talk about how these parents or what they go through to prepare lessons for our children, which they teach for a few hours.
Yeah.
And then we parents who live with these children, who will live for the rest of our lives, how we are not even preparing lessons for them. So let us pick up that challenge and learn, prepare the lessons and make it better for our children. Any last word for our parents there and teachers who are watching?
Let me first of all talk to our parents.
Okay.
I just want to let the parents know that we know that without them, we are not there.
Yeah.
And without us, their kids are not also there.
Okay.
I'm talking about kids.
All right.
Because we are grooming the kids.
That's true.
So I just want to appreciate those good parents, especially those that always walk up to teachers
Okay.
to find out one thing or the other.
Okay.
Even when the teacher makes a mistake, I've had such parents who will come to me. There is some error somewhere here. We look at it together. Sometimes the parent is seeing it that it's an error, of which it is not even an error. Probably he or she does not understand it. So I just want to thank those parents who always walk up to teachers. I want to thank those parents who value teachers, because there are parents who really value teachers.
Okay.
The way they talk to you, the way they handle you, you really know that no, these parents, they value us.
Okay.
To my colleagues, yes, it's Teachers Day. We are celebrating Teachers Day.
We celebrated.
Yes. It's fast. We celebrated Teachers Day. I just want to, there are a lot of teachers who don't prepare lessons. Yes. And no matter how long you have taught a particular class, you can't say that they say change is the only constant thing.
Yeah.
As today goes by, something has changed. I just want to plead with my colleagues to prepare their lessons.
Okay.
Even if you have taught a class for 5 years, don't keep giving the same. Every year you revise, you edit, you add things, because as days are going by, things are changing.
Okay.
And they should also have a good relationship with parents. No matter how hard a parent pushes you, also learn to hold your own temperament. Yes, it's not just all about the parents.
Focus on the children,
Yes.
and see the good in the kid.
Yes.
And don't penalize a kid in your class because the parent came and spoke badly to you.
Yes.
It's not that child's fault most of the time.
Some teachers are tempted to do that. Maybe because you scolded a child and the parent came and you had a small misunderstanding. Probably that child disturbs in class. The child doesn't like to go. You say, okay, I wash my hands off this child. No. It's God that has given us the kids, not even the parents.
Okay.
So even when you look at, I don't know if I should call it the reward of a teacher, the work that the teacher does, it's nothing. But when you put it in your mind that what I'm doing, I am taking care of the kids that God has placed under me, you will see that there are a lot of things that you will handle without stress. There are certain things that parents will alter that will mean nothing to you. You say, you will just tell yourself, I am not working for you. I am working for the man up there.
Wow. How long have you been teaching Melvis?
I've been teaching for 12 years.
12 years. So someone who's been teaching for 12 years, I think she's fit to give us some advice. It's not like she just started teaching and they'll say, no, you're still young. You're going to get there. So 12 years is not 12 days. Thank you so much for your time on Shantia's Haven and this well of knowledge. As a parent, I've also learned one or two things, and I'm going to adjust where I need to adjust.
Thank you. I'm honored. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you so much, viewers. Please, I would like to see your comments in the comment section. What do you think about teachers and parents relationship? Any advice we didn't give here that you want to put in there, or anything you want to add flesh to, you can put it in the comments box down there. Thank you for those who have subscribed so far. Thank you for those who have been sharing our videos. We've been having wonderful feedbacks of how these videos are helping families and homes, and that is just our joy. Please do keep sharing. Don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Remember to always leave it better than you met it. See you some other time on Shantia's Haven. Bye-bye.